All right, guys, welcome back into another episode of To The Show Baseball Podcast, presented by Beyond the Monster. I'm your host, Andrew Parker, and I am joined by another host today, Josh Lester. And we had on one of his old teammates at the University of Missouri. We had TJ Sikkema, who is a new member of the Boston Red Sox as of this offseason, and he got an NRI, and we do talk plenty about that. And we had to show some love to Mizzou, obviously, with Josh and TJ both playing at Mizzou. But before I do get into the interview here, if you're watching my sunburnt face right now, because I'm coming for you live from Fort Myers right now, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please like and subscribe. Making a big push on the YouTube right now. I have a little over 400 followers on that new channel on YouTube, and any subscriber definitely helps. But without further ado, let me shoot you on to the interview with TJ Sikkema. All right. We are joined by one of the newest members of the Red Sox organization as of this offseason, TJ Sikkema. And another note, this is a Mizzou Tiger episode as well with 3 Tigers here. I did not play. These 2 guys did. But TJ, obviously excited to have you on today. Excited for you to be in the Red Sox org. And that's where I want to start off. How has the offseason been treating you?
Yeah, man, off season's been good. It's been a grind. It's been pretty cold back home in Cedar Rapids, but got down to Fort Myers here and can't complain about any weather anymore. It's been a pretty good off season.
Were the Red Sox on the radar? Was that kind of something that came about pretty quickly? How'd you land on Boston's radar?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was on their radar, and they just kind of reached out, and they were consistent, and just kept bothering and kept giving me their reasonings why I should go be a Red Sox. And I mean, obviously, I agreed with them, and it was pretty quick.
How was the free agency process? Is this your first year of being a minor league free agent?
Yeah,
I'm on year like 19. It feels like from the stress levels of it. I know how it is nowadays, but how was that for you? Did you have more than one team reaching out, or what was the process kind of like?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty quiet, honestly, in the beginning. Nothing really happened until the Rule 5 was over, and then things started picking up. Had just a few teams, and really just kind of waited until Christmas time, and it kind of got a little more serious. Whether it was my agent wanted to get on it or what, I'm not sure, but yeah, there was just a couple teams, and they kind of sold me their pitch, and we went from there.
Nice. Yeah, it always picks up like winter meetings type time period. I remember when I signed with the Orioles, it was like quiet, and then all of a sudden the winter meetings, and like you said, the Rule 5 draft happened, and like within 2 days I was signed and going to big league camp, and I was like, this is kind of cool. Why couldn't they have done this the last month and a half so I didn't have to think about it so long?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think once they get those rosters figured out with that Rule 5 draft, they all start talking in those winter meetings, and that's when stuff gets going.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You're allowed to gatekeep this if you want. You don't have to tell me, but you said a couple times now that they kind of gave you a little pitch, and they kind of told you some things they liked about you. What were those things? Like, what did they mention that they maybe saw you as a fit, or like what did they say they liked about you?
I mean, first off, is I'm a strike thrower. I mean, that's just one thing that's hard to beat. I mean, if you got a guy who's on the plate, it's tough to be upset. I mean, also, I think being a lefty doesn't hurt, obviously. And lastly, their big thing was I have some kind of flexibility. I've started in the past. I've been out of the bullpen. So, I mean, I can kind of just do whatever whenever they need me, and I think that's what they liked.
I think people underestimate that skill of being able to throw out of the bullpen or start or be like a bullpen guy and be able to give them a 3 to 4 inning spot start here and there. I never pitched, but the longer I'm around, I understand how much harder it is to kind of go back and forth. It's easy to go from one to the other maybe one time, but doing it multiple times throughout a year, or you get called up to the big leagues, you're going to have a whole different role than you do in AAA, you know what I mean? And so being able to, like you said, that flexibility of going from starting to relieving can really help you stick in the big leagues.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard. I mean, you got to be locked in every day, and you got to keep your body ready to go every day. And you just never know when your number is going to be called. And as long as you're just continuing to stay on your routine and do your thing and be ready, you should be good to go.
No doubt.
Josh, I'm very surprised that you just said you never pitched, but you do have a career 0 MLB ERA.
I like to think of myself as an athlete, but
That's fair.
I never put my mind to pitching. I just kind of went out there and struck somebody out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got every column in the pitching chart. I got like a 2 whip. I got a walk in there. I got a strikeout in there. I got a double hit off of me. I'm getting everything but a run scored given up.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Keep those runs at a 0, right?
I was out there for like 30 minutes and didn't give up a run.
It's honestly impressive.
It was. I'm pitching out of trouble,
I'm kind of surprised you didn't lead with that with him. Just be like, yeah, I never pitched, but I do have that. But
if you ask the guys at the facility I hit at, they hear it enough.
Okay, that's fair. TJ, obviously, you're. I do want to show some love, obviously, just to where you guys both came from. Obviously, Mizzou baseball. We've been talking about it. You guys are both products of there, and for yourself, I know we are now, I think, 7 years now from when you were drafted, and I guess to where you are now, and obviously, getting drafted, spending some, having some injuries you dealt with, COVID season you dealt with, didn't have that. How has just the journey been? Like, if you had to look back at it and kind of talk about, like, hey, from where I started to where I'm at now, like, how would you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, I would say, different than most. Like, even starting in high school, like, I wasn't like a highly recruited guy at all. Like, I had to go to camps and try to get myself noticed. I didn't really have the people flocking over me. I just kind of had to show up and show them what I could do, and ended up, going to Missouri and kind of like not knowing what was going on my freshman year. Had a really good freshman year. They gave me the chance to compete, and like, that's kind of all I knew and all I did. So that worked out. And I mean, that the next couple of years at Mizzou just continued to get better and work hard. And then I got drafted by the Yankees. Pretty like surprisingly high for me and where it was supposed to go. So, I mean, that was like really nice, but then kind of, like you said, like you get into minor league baseball and then you get COVID, and then the year after COVID, I have a lat injury. So I'm out the whole year. So it's kind of just been like fighting back. And that's kind of been like my MO. It's like, hey, I'm just going to keep showing up, keep doing my thing, keep trying my best. And as long as people keep giving me opportunities, I'll take it no matter where they are. I mean, I got Rule 5'd from the Royals to the Reds and had to take a step back for a little bit, almost a year, back in high A. And I mean, just like I said, just showing up every day and being yourself and sticking to your routine, sticking to what you know, and just going out there and competing every time. I mean, that's going to be hard to beat.
That's not an easy thing to do either, is go back. And my second year in AA, I got promoted to AAA and was playing well, and then had to go back to AA. And I remember, like, mentally, just, it was miserable mentally. Like, but like you said, like, showing up every day just like keeps you afloat almost. And knowing that, like, if your talent is good enough, you just got to stay there mentally. But yeah, it's not easy. And to be able to overcome that, kudos to you.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't easy, but I mean, I learned a lot along the way. I mean, there's a lot of guys that I met, a lot of things that I learned of being maybe the oldest guy in the clubhouse, like kind of how things should go. So, I mean, it was a great experience either way. And it has been all throughout the ups and downs. And I think, I mean, that's just going to make me a better person, better pitcher at the end of the day.
For sure.
So you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I was trying to look back through Mizzou's baseball website. I think there were some little inaccuracies there, so they got to get on that. But you interlapped with Tanner Houck at Mizzou.
Yeah,
we both did.
Yeah,
I was there. Tanner's freshman year, and then TJ came the year after.
Okay. So obviously you guys, with TJ's situation, you had some guys that, were early in the draft class. I'm going to also probably miss a few names here, but, obviously with Tanner being taken, you had Mike Plasmeyer that was taken early in the draft as well. And I know there's a few other, Bryce was another one as well, but for yourself, just seeing Ian Bedell, another Iowa guy, I shout out to Ian. I've actually had him on this podcast before. I can't believe I missed that one. But you had all these guys that were getting drafted, and you come in a little later than a guy like Tanner as well, who was a first-round pick. What did you kind of learn from some of those guys that you got to watch, like say a Tanner every day, and you got to see Bryce pitch and things like that? Like, what did you kind of take from those guys?
I took bits and pieces from him. You mentioned Bryce there. There's nobody that's going to work harder than him, and there's no one who's going to show up and be right by your side like him. He's a great person, and he's a hard worker, and that's something that just by watching, you kind of get motivated yourself. To do that, and then you talk about guys like Tanner. Yeah, like Tanner taught me, like, hey, game day, that's the day. Like you get focused and you get locked in, whatever it takes to get yourself ready. Make sure you do it that 6 days before or whatever, 5 days before you get. Just make sure you're locked in and ready on your routine, and that's the day you go out there and absolutely just compete as hard as you can.
I know Tanner's hurt. I know he's down this year. He will be missing the 26th season. But have you guys connected yet since you signed?
Outside of a big giant hug today, when I saw him for the first time, that's been about it. So I'm sure we'll get to chat it up here in the next few weeks here.
Yeah, I know he's a little busy right now. I know he's rehabbing and everything. So, but obviously we're looking forward to him being out there in 2027 again. But I want to ask this because for maybe some Red Sox fans that will be listening to this and maybe they're not as familiar with you. And I'm sure, I don't know if you're a big social media guy, but a lot of fans, they're very, for any new pitcher that comes into any type of org, they're probably like, how fast is this guy throwing? What's this guy throwing? What can we expect? So maybe for those fans that, aren't as familiar with you or anything like that, like how would you describe yourself? Just like your arsenal, what the velocity's doing these days, I guess, how would you describe it?
I'm a left-handed pitcher who isn't going to blow the doors off, but I'm going to change speeds a lot. I'm going to be in the zone a lot, and I'm going to attack. I got the 4-seam and the 2-seam. Use the 4-seam up top, 2-seam a lot to lefties. My changeup is probably my best pitch, and I got a pretty decent sweeper that I can throw to both sides of the plate, depending lefty or righty. That's pretty simple. Lefty, I'm going to, like I said, be over the plate and just attack guys.
As a hitter, I've never faced TJ, but I've watched him pitch. I assume there's some deception there, especially from the left side, a little bit across your body, I think, from what I've seen, which is going to make that 2-seam and sweeper play even better. It might not read 95, but it might play it. You know what I mean? And just the deception.
Sure. It's tough on those lefties too. I'm all the way on that first base side. I'm real long and arm slot's pretty low. So yeah. It's an interesting look that not a whole lot of guys can give.
Those are the guys you hope the coach gives you the day off against as a left-handed hitter.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a trend in I know that camp officially I think doesn't start till tomorrow, but have you noticed a little trend that the Red Sox have a big army of pitchers that all their guys are like 6'5"?
Yeah, I'm not usually the biggest guy in the room, no matter where I'm at. So I'm not sure I've quite noticed that, but yeah, you got the big boys in the locker room, and they seem serious and pretty ready to go for this year.
Yeah, it seems like these days all I'm seeing is you got the Peyton Tolleys that were built in a lab or in a somewhere that they created, and he's got an elite extension and Tom Selleck mustache. He's incredible, but I feel like that's all that's coming up to the minor leagues right now. So I know you're not height wise there, but I think I saw your extension numbers are pretty good.
Yeah, again, I got like a funky long delivery, so I can get it out there, and yeah, they got an absolute crew over there and the staff, so it'll be tough work coming forward.
So I have to ask, obviously, you're in big league camp right now. I'm not going to speculate on, where you're going to start the year, between Boston or Worcester, but I'm taking it you've never pitched in Worcester, and I know Josh has had the luxury of playing in Worcester. Even though the week I saw him play, he was 0 for 27. But
what happened at bat number 28 though?
He hit a home run, I'm pretty sure, in at bat number 28. But it's an interesting place to play. The Wynn, they have that green monster in the right field side. It's another Mizzou guy, actually, Michael Plasmeyer, was on record saying that he absolutely hated pitching in that place because the ball absolutely flies. Have you ever seen anything about it, or I'm sure you've never pitched there before?
No, I've never pitched there. I haven't heard anything crazy about it. I mean, there's some wild fields in the minor leagues. So,
you'll be okay in the international league. There's not too many there.
Yeah. Ball shouldn't fly as much over here, but yeah, I mean, I'm a ground ball pitcher, so I'm just gonna try to stay true to that and keep the ball down. And I mean, yeah, every once in a while you might get clipped, but that happens. It's baseball. Just move on to the next.
You say that now, but our guy Plasmeyer did give up a 500-foot home run to Bobby Dahlbeck, and I did see it live. It was tough.
Hey, man, like I said, it happens. Sometimes you get clipped, and might as well be 500 than a wall scraper, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Hey, 500 and 331 count the same.
Exactly. Get your money's worth, I guess.
Yes, man. But I didn't text him for a couple days after that because I was like, I'm not kicking this guy while he's down. But he laughs about it now. But it was wild to see it live. So I do want to shoot to some stuff to get to know you a little bit off the field, Josh. I don't know if you had anything more on like the baseball side of things or not.
Just that once he makes to the big leagues, we got to get the 17 jersey retired at Mizzou.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
And just get a Lester Sikkema on there.
Perfect.
Are you not going to tell him what you told me before you hopped on?
I told him that you were the reason mine's not retired already.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll get that dash.
Yeah. Me and my 27 major league at bats.
Hey, it matters more about what you guys did.
I did tell when Coach Jay, I went back, what was it, 2 years ago when he was the pitching coach, and he's got all these like fat heads of like Graves and all these pitchers that made it to the big leagues, Scherzer, whatnot. And I was like, like I pitched in the big leagues. Like I'm gonna have to get you like a picture so you can make it a fat head. And he was like, I don't want that. I'm like, you got to be consistent. Can't be cheating me over here.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I feel like when's the last one? Who was the last one to debut?
The last one, well, there was Fairbanks, Graves, Scherzer. He had
Plasmeyer was 2022.
Crow with Kansas City. He had him. I don't know. He was there for like 23 years. He had
he had plenty.
15 pictures on the wall. I'm like, we need a 16th with the best ERA up there.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll get TJ up there this year. All right. Just speak it into existence there.
There we go.
All right. TJ, I always like kind of, towards the end of these, just to kind of get to know you a little bit off the field. I know I take it you're not like a huge social media guy. I'm going to grasp that one. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm not on my social media. And when I am, I'm definitely not posting anything. Usually I have to be bothered to post something a lot.
Okay.
Whether that's my wife or the team has to tag me or anything. Yeah, so that's not my go-to.
Okay. All right. So maybe for the fans that want to get to know you a little bit, since they're not going to be, going to follow you on Instagram because they're not going to be expecting a whole lot, which is fair, which is fine. What do you like when you're not at the facility or, training, any of that? What do you do in your free time?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm back home, I do a lot of hunting, a lot of deer hunting. Other than that, I mean, I'll play some video games here or there, but I got a dog that I like to take out he loves to play with his ball. Other than that, yeah, me and my wife kind of just hang out at home. Like I said earlier, I have a shed in my backyard where I can kind of get everything I need to done. So spend a lot of time at home and try to really relax in the off season. But when I'm not relaxing, I'm probably sitting in a tree.
I didn't hear you say golf. You're not a golf guy.
Not a golf guy. Yeah, no. I've had a somewhat of a long history with back issues. So I kind of just decided that that's probably not the best thing for me to be doing.
That's fair.
Yeah, I did bring my fishing poles down here to Florida. Hopefully that's a little bit better than my Arizona tries the last few years. But We'll see.
I will say, as a guy, a fellow Northerner now, it's very hard to play golf in the off season. You got about 3 weeks after the season to get it in, and then it's 25 degrees. So it's tough as a Northerner to get out there and be like committed to it.
Yeah, for sure. You're not going golfing when when there's snow on the ground.
Yeah, I guess Iowa in the wintertime, you're not doing a whole lot. But I know Florida, the Fort Myers area, they have a ton of courses down there. And I know while you guys are going around during your seasons, that they're all golfing on Mondays too, all the pitchers.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a big thing all throughout baseball, really. I mean they love to go get their golf in. They love to compete every day. I mean if you're not gonna play a game, might as well go beat someone on the golf course.
That's fair. You did mention video games there. Are you just what are you playing these days?
Just probably Call of Duty. I do a lot of FIFA. Big soccer fan, which is kind of random. But I grind the Call of Duty most of the time.
Okay. So you're not playing the show with your real 99 when that comes out? You're not one of those guys?
No, I've never had a real 99, and I've never really gotten the MLB The Show games. I played one when I was like in college, and I was like, I'd kind of like do this all the time. Play something else. I'm gonna like rip Rocket League or try something a little different than just baseball all the time. So
yeah, that's fair. Josh, I feel
like
you were the guy.
The last The Show game I bought was when they made it where like AA and up was actually in the game. So I bought the first one where like I had an actual character, even if it was like 59 overall. I had a character in it.
Yeah, it's always fun when your buddies are sending you videos of them hitting bombs off of your character on MLB The Show.
Road to the Show, and you're just giving up homers.
Sweet, bro. Like I got the loss.
Appreciate it.
It looked the same in real life today.
That happened.
What are you non-video game related here, but have you ever been up to the Northeast at all? Have you ever been to the Boston area or Worcester or any Massachusetts area?
Yeah, I mean, I spent a summer in the Cape Cod, so that's like pretty much my most time up there. I mean, drove back through and stopped at Fenway and walked around Boston for a day, but I mean, I don't have a whole lot of experience with that part of the country.
When you were in the Cape, did they still do the like workout day at Fenway Park?
Yeah, yep.
Nice.
So I went there for that, and I was like on the field, but then I actually got to go back after the season was over and kind of like spend some time in the area, walk around the city, and then I think we went to a Sox game.
I thought that was a really cool day because what they don't tell you before you go to the Cape is that the fields you play on are like bad high school fields. No offense to the Cape Cod, like my experience there was unbelievable, but you think of this prestigious college league and you're like, you show up and you're on like a regular Massachusetts high school field.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome to me. I love that. I was like, oh, this is just like home. This is perfect. This is like every high school game I ever played in.
Right.
But yeah, dude, the Cape was fun. And then that day at Fenway was pretty cool getting to be on a big league surface. That was like probably my second time ever being on a big league surface. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I see you were in Falmouth when you were down there, which I think it's a hot take among Massachusetts residents. They don't even consider that the Cape, or it is. Like, I don't know. I can't keep up, but Falmouth's a good spot though. It's good.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun there. It was pretty sweet.
Why don't they consider that the Cape? I thought it was
it's too west. It's like it's a little too like the rest of the Cape. Well, you know, like where it goes like up on the map.
Yeah,
like that's the Cape. Like Falmouth is like way over to the west.
Yeah, it wasn't like Wareham, like on the other side.
Wareham, that's what I was thinking.
They're on like the other side of the bridge. How do they count?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like Bourne is like right where the bridge is. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not a Mass native. Didn't grow up there. I'm a St. Louis guy. So I was kind of just I was kind of adopted by it. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But
well, I was right in the middle at Yarmouth, Dennis. So I count.
There it is. That's a good spot. So you can you don't have, you can sugarcoat it. You can lie to me. I don't care on this question, but what are you looking forward to the most about living up there, and what are you not really looking forward to that much?
I don't know. I guess I'm I'm excited just to see what it's like up there. I mean, I've heard it's pretty close, and like at least proximity wise, people are pretty close to each other, and it's kind of the hustle and bustle of the city, I guess, is what I'm excited to see. I mean, like I said, I'm a country-ish guy. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the woods, so that little switch up will be kind of fun, I think. And obviously, a place like Boston with so much history, I mean, that's going to be cool. Going to have a lot to do. I like to get out on the off days, and like you said, I don't golf, so I like to hike around, maybe go to some museums, stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited.
You say that now until you're on Inter 90, which is the Pike up there, and it's from Worcester to Boston. It should only take on a good day like 35 minutes, and you'll probably be sitting there for like an hour some days. So it's tough.
Great, I can't wait for that.
I will say though, either way, I mean, obviously Fenway's Fenway, but like Worcester's got to be probably one of my top 5 favorite ballparks to play in.
Interesting.
I mean,
okay.
I very much enjoyed it. I mean, there's always good fans. It's a good ballpark. Like locker rooms are nice. Like I think that's probably top 5 on my list of places that I've played. So you're going from top tier AAA to maybe the best big league stadium from a history standpoint. I don't know if it's as nice as some of them, but from a history standpoint, I'd probably take Fenway over a lot of them.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm with you. Obviously, Worcester's brand new, so their locker rooms are very, very nice. But yeah, so that will be a thing. Are you into seafood at all?
Yeah, I will dabble in the seafood for sure. I like me some shrimp, some lobster. Yeah.
Okay.
You're in the right place.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're going to the right part of the country. There, are you familiar with like the lobster roll like debate that goes on in New England, whether you get it warm or cold? Like, where do you fall on that spectrum? This is a big thing right now.
I'm not super familiar with that. I would probably eat it however they gave it to me. I'm not.
Okay.
Really, I'll just trust them. I mean, this is your guys' thing. I'll let you guys do it, and I'll try it. If I don't like it, we can move on.
There you go. Trust the chef. You know, it's his world. He's not telling you how to pitch. We don't tell him how to cook. You know.
Dude, it's a battle. Like it's like a real thing that like people will like yell at you if you order
What's
it
your
incorrectly.
Answer?
I like it warm with butter, but that's the main version. So the other one is cold with mayo. So it's just whatever you want.
When I played in Portland, it was warm with butter.
Yeah,
but that is Maine. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to go more warm with butter. Maybe it's Midwest in us. I mean, well, warm with butter sounds a little bit better. I mean, but then you add in the mayo there, and it's going to be tough to beat, I guess.
Yeah. I don't want to admit this, but
I'm from the South. They can throw it in a fryer, and I'll eat it.
Yeah.
I grew up on Red Lobster in the Midwest, man. I said it. It's just all we had. I don't know.
You can eat shrimp.
We had the Mississippi River there, man, and they weren't catching it out of it. They probably were, but it's tough. All right, Josh, we're getting towards the end of this. I have one question left. Do you have anything left that you want to empty the bag here?
Nothing specific. I just like to be on here with the Mizzou boys, talk about Mizzou a little bit.
And Mizzou, baby.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to. I was expecting you to actually have a question, but
no, right. I mean, I can ask him a question if you want me to.
Yeah, what do you got? One last one out of you. You're a talker. I was surprised you didn't have something.
As like a fellow, like I call myself like a non-prospect. I was never on a prospect list, never on a high school like recruiting list. Like when you were going through like the recruiting process, you said it was kind of few and far between. Mizzou was my only Division I offer. What was it going from like Iowa high school to like the SEC? Like you're going straight to Vanderbilt on a Friday night kind of thing. And I know like my freshman year was the first year in the SEC for Mizzou, right when they switched over. And like I went from Georgia high school baseball to like Aaron Nola. I remember facing him at LSU, and I'm like just up there, just like grinding is the best way I can put it as a 18-year-old freshman versus these guys that are about to get $10 million.
Yeah, and exactly like you said, grinding. Like, dude, I was kind of young enough and dumb enough to not even know. If we're being honest, I was just out there like doing what I'd always done, like having fun, competing, and like just doing the thing. And like I really like honestly, that's probably why my second year at Missouri like had a little bit of a slump there. I was like, I finally looked around and I was like, oh man, I might have like done something here, and then had to kick it in for that last year. But yeah, it was a great experience, and it was awesome, but it was definitely a grind. I mean, I remember like my freshman year, like sitting down with my parents, they're like, all right, you get to pick 2 camps. Where are you going to go? I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll go to Iowa and Missouri. And that was kind of all it was. Those are my 2 options. And luckily they both ended up liking me and gave me the option. But yeah, it was quite the grind for sure.
Yeah, I remember I went to one camp and it was Mizzou, but it was after they had seen me at like Jupiter, and I went to the camp. It was the first time that I had seen like real snow. Like it snows in Georgia, but like it rarely like sticks to where you can't drive the car or whatever. Like we landed in St. Louis, and I remember looking out the window and I'm like, there's like 5 inches of snow on the ground. And I'm like, are we even going to be able to get to Columbia? Obviously, the Missourians are a little bit better at keeping the roads clean than Georgia. But yeah, I remember like Carrot came to watch me. I went 0 for 4 with like 3 strikeouts, and I'm like, oh well, I guess I'm not going to college at Missouri. And he comes over later that night and like offers me a scholarship, and I think it lasted till about 9 a.m. the next day before I called him and was like, yep, coming.
Yeah.
But I remember specifically like it is that like almost put yourself in that dumb mindset where you don't know who they are. You either have to put yourself in the mindset where you're like, these guys are the best in the world and that's what I want to be, or you have to be like, who cares? Like, I don't know who these guys are. They're just another guy. And because, yeah, I mean, you're getting thrown into the fire as at Missouri. Like, it wasn't like we had a plethora of people being able to come in there and win. We weren't that good. So you were getting thrown in the fire as a freshman.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, I think that's the only way to be better is go against those dudes.
For sure. Yeah, it was fun. And yeah, like you said, we might not be making the biggest waves in the SEC, but hey, we're still in there. Don't forget about us.
Don't forget, one day it'll come around, a little cycle of it.
Just wait.
Yeah, well, once, we need old Josh over here to, once he hangs him up one day, he's going to join that coaching staff, and we'll turn it around. Something unique you just said, Josh, before I kind of close here, but you were kind of saying that like you just kind of take out who you're facing, right? It's like, you were talking about facing Aaron Nola, and I remember there was a pitcher in Worcester a few years back. His name was Grant Gambrell, and he was with the Royals a few years ago, but he was facing your lineup when Norfolk came to town, and that was when you had Jackson Holiday, you had Kobe Mayo, you had Kierstad, you had Stowers, you had, I mean, it was stacked. I mean, then you were at the bottom of the lineup, which was crazy. So you were hitting over 20 home runs.
Fun fact about that lineup, the guy that hit 8-hole every day just hit 50 homers in Korea. And Lewin Diaz. So that goes to show what that lineup was doing.
But it's so crazy to me because he was just like, I asked him, I'm like, what's it like facing, Jackson Holiday was the number 1 prospect in baseball. All the media was there. Like, everybody, MLB Network was there. He's like, I don't know who that is. It's like, what do you mean you don't know who it is? He's like, I don't know who any of those guys are. Like, they're just normal guys. Like, I'm just looking at them like they're just, normal dudes like me. And I always thought that was fascinating that people actually think like that, because I wouldn't be able to. But
I mean, I think there's 2 completely different ways that you have to go about it. One of the other is like, you have to be like, all right, I'm literally facing like the major leagues, and you have to go out there and prove to yourself that you can do that, or you have to act like you don't know who they are. And some people, like, if you don't follow baseball, like there's a lot of baseball players that don't really follow baseball. Like, they just go because they're good. Like, there's a lot of people that do that. And if you can convince yourself you don't know who people are, then that's one way to do it. I'm not like that. I know who everybody is. So, like, when I would face guys, I'm like, all right, well, time to prove it to yourself that you can handle it.
Okay, interesting. That's always fascinating to me, because it's like I would, if I put myself in that position, I would definitely probably know who everybody was, but who am I? All right, TJ, one last question here. We will let you slide. I gotta start off, do you like setting goals at the beginning of the year? Do you do like stat goals, personal goals, anything like that?
Not really. I just kind of go out there and I try to look at it day by day. I mean, especially with like my injury history, I just like I just literally thankful for each day that I get to go out there and just try to do my best that day.
Okay. So I like ending it kind of on, this kind of question, like, if you were a stat guy, I'd kind of go that way. But just with you entering your first season with the Red Sox, what are you looking forward to the most about this year? Whether it's where you're going, anything like that. Like, what is the number one thing?
I mean, I guess I'm looking forward to having a real shot to compete for a big league team. I mean, first off, here in spring training, like this is my first big league camp, like you guys have said. And I mean, just getting to share the same room, share the same locker room with some of those names. I mean, that's pretty cool in general, but getting to actually compete and hopefully win a job there. And even if I don't right away, just like continuing to play for an organization with as much history as the Red Sox and all the pictures and the murals around the locker room. It's pretty cool to be a part of something like this.
Man,
All right, TJ.
You're in for a treat with the differences in big league camp and minor league camp. So I'm excited for you.
Appreciate it. Yeah. It's a little different. The clubbies are helping me out. It's a little bit of a change there.
Oh yeah.
And just the last piece of advice: you can never hide from the Boston media. They will have a ton of cameras in there all spring training. They'll come find you after any of the games. So just be aware of that. But TJ, I thank you so much for doing this. Obviously, thank you for listening to me and Josh also yap and pep you with a ton of questions. But thank you again for doing this.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate you. It's good talking.
Absolutely.